Chapter 2. Words and Fate. Abdrushon in the Grail message unveils a truth that humanity has long underestimated. Words are not fleeting vibrations that vanish once spoken. They are living forms, endowed with power to shape reality, create currents, bind destinies, and set in motion effects that return unfailingly to the speaker. In the spiritual weaving of creation, words are seeds cast into the soil of life, each germinating according to its content. Noble words bearing blessings, while destructive words bring hardship and suffering back to their origin. Modern life continually confirms this truth. Science, though blind to the spiritual laws underlying existence, has begun to uncover evidence that words affect matter, health, and human destiny in measurable ways. Dr. Masaru Emoto's now famous water crystal experiments showed that spoken words, whether of love or hatred, influenced the formation of ice crystals under a microscope. Kind, uplifting words produced harmonious, symmetrical forms. Harsh, angry words yielded chaotic, fragmented patterns. Critics have debated his methods, but numerous independent replications point toward the same undeniable reality. Sound and intention, expressed through words, leave an imprint. Similarly, in the emerging field of epigenetics, researchers have shown how stress, trauma, or affirmations can influence gene expression. Spoken words in relationships, a parent encouraging or belittling a child, a leader inspiring or inciting violence, are not neutral. They trigger biochemical processes, shaping mental health, resilience, or despair. A 2019 study published in JAMA Pediatrics confirmed that verbal abuse in childhood leaves neurological scars as enduring as physical harm, literally rewiring the brain. Here science echoes Abdrushon. Words shape fate, not only spiritually but also physiologically, reverberating across lifetimes of experience. History also bears witness. Entire nations have been steered by words. The fiery rhetoric of Hitler ignited destruction that scarred the 20th century, while the words of Martin Luther King Jr. still resound as a call to justice and reconciliation. In both cases, spoken words created movements, destinies, and long-lasting consequences, confirming the lawfulness of sowing and reaping in the sphere of speech. In our present digital age, words wield even greater power. A single careless tweet or post can destroy reputations overnight, trigger political unrest, or plunge stock markets into chaos. Algorithms amplify words across billions of screens, binding human beings into currents of fear, rage, or hope. Online bullying has led to measurable increases in youth suicide, silent testimony to the destructive weight of thoughtless words. At the same time, movements like #MeToo or campaigns for climate action arose from words that carried the power of truth, awakening consciences globally. Abdrushon explains that every word is anchored in the living laws of creation, clothed with the energy of the speaker's inner volition. Words are not empty. They bind, they return, they either elevate or ensnare. Thus, fate is not a mysterious decree from outside but the self-woven garment of each human spirit, often crafted stitch by stitch through words. Many wonder why their lives seem ensnared in confusion, misfortune, or loneliness, yet in their own speech lies the hidden key. Gossip, curses, cynicism, and dishonesty are seeds that will sprout into entanglement and suffering. Conversely, words of truth, blessing, encouragement, and responsibility bear fruit of clarity, help, and joy. Therefore, the human word stands at the crossroads of destiny. With it, man either aligns with the luminous currents of truth and builds bridges of light into his future, or he binds himself with cords of darkness that tighten with every careless utterance. In both individual and collective fate, words mark the path. The seeker of today cannot ignore this. Every influencer, leader, parent, entertainer, and worker contributes daily to the weaving of human destiny through speech. Whether online or in personal circles, each word spoken joins the currents of life and returns multiplied. The law is immutable. With your words you build your fate. The recognition of this fact demands vigilance. It calls for purification of speech, for self-control, and above all for truthfulness. Humanity's future, both individually and collectively, hinges on the word.